our attitude towards that is simply good luck. That's our attitude. It's like, go do that. We're not going to stop you. We're not here to push. We're not here to chase. Legitimately go to that other platform, experience what you're going to experience. Statistically speaking, you have a 97% chance of failing. Versus in our community, our active members, the people that are following the system, you have a 92% chance of succeeding.
If you have integrity with yourself and the people around you, and if you struggle with that, can you grow integrity?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? You can, especially with accountability. Do you get that in other platforms, Zach? Do you get the accountability on the same level that you do over here?
Oh, not even close. Most other companies, I'll tell you what, they're shy around these topics. They don't want to touch accountability. They don't want to hold someone accountable to doing their thing. Like, they're kind of like, oh, if you don't do it, sucks for you. That's not our attitude.
So what are the secrets? How do some of the most successful entrepreneurs find the freedom that we all got into business for in the first place? How did they find the time, energy, and resources to launch and scale strong? And how do entrepreneurs like us align our time, money, and energy in a way that will allow us to reach what we set out to achieve? These are the key questions, and this community will give you the answers. Welcome to the Prosperity Movement. Hey, what's up? I'm here with Zach Shanke, and my name is Bryan Chamberland. We're here with the Prosperity U podcast today, having discussions on 4 major points, all right? And this whole thing is a focused outline for you to succeed. We're here to help you overcome obstacles and to basically succeed. You want to be able to back engineer your full power and potential. You want to be able to drive more impact and income. Well, let's get right into it. Our 4 main focuses for today are: number 1, outlooks on debt; number 2, integrity; number 3, the impact of an inability to follow instructions; and then 4, trying to leverage discussions with other platforms. As you know, we are an education platform at Prosperity U, and we teach people how to increase their revenue producing activities through basically managing their KPIs. What is that? Your key performance indicators. And you would hear a lot about what gets measured gets managed. And we have an incredible success rate, a 92% success rate in our trading platforms. And we're watching people completely dominate as well as progress. That's the most important part, is progressing. Whether or not they're killing their jobs out of the gates and making 6 and 7 figures is not as important as being consistent in your growth. Everybody has different, paths and timelines on what that looks like, but everybody here is moving forward with exponential progress. And so it's a lot of fun. Zach, are you fired up for this conversation or what?
Heck yeah, this is awesome. I think there are certain talking points that just aren't really talked about a whole lot, and we hear it all the time from people struggling to achieve the success they want. So I think it's key to be able to just hone in, pinpoint, focus these things to help people understand to how to have a better perspective, a more effective perspective.
I love that. That's so good. Like a more effective perspective. I love what you did there. That's so cool. Nice word tracks. Very good. That just comes to you, doesn't it? I didn't plan it. A more effective perspective. It's so good. So I also want to share really quick the inspiration behind these 4 key points, because it's like, why these 4 key points? It's because every week we have conversations, we have a community, we listen to that community, and we see things. And there's also a lot of people coming through our ads, like we run ads on Facebook, we're going to be running ads through YouTube. We have a ton of people looking to be a part of our community, and these people all have obstacles and objections and challenges that they're working through as they're trying to discern through a process to come work with us. A lot of these people have been hurt from other organizations, and so we're dealing with a lot of different conversations. And the reality is, we don't have to be doing this. We just love doing this. We're passionate about it. But when we come across some of these things, we got to challenge it, right? Because if we don't, that how are we really helping you? And so that's really the heart behind this. So let's start with the first point there, Zach, which is outlooks on debt. I know that you have a lot, because I mean, you come from a background of having a lot of debt and all that kind of stuff as well. I know I did at one point in time. I'm out of debt now and doing very well. But like, I mean, what is very well anyways, right? That's a complete perspective thing. Like everybody's different. What does that look like for anyone, right? But what's your perspective on debt?
Yeah, I mean, I think most people when they look at debt, they look at like the devil, like it's like the worst thing in the world. And I mean, they're not completely off, because most of the time when you accrue debt, you end up paying more than you borrow, right? I mean, that's the whole point. You don't have the upfront amount, so you have to borrow in order for that person or bank or whoever it is to give you that money. It has to be worth it for them. So of course they're going to ask for an interest, right? And so people look at that, it's like the most evil thing in the world. But I'm curious to know, is that evil, or is there much of a difference between having strategic debt versus strategically investing? I mean, isn't it kind of the same thing, right? If you invest into something, isn't there a side of risk with it? Same with accruing debt.
Are we kind of talking about the difference between good debt and bad debt here? Is there such a thing if you were to categorize one or the other? Like what would you consider good debt? What would you consider bad debt?
Yeah, good debt would be attaining an asset that's going to make you more money in the future, in the long run, right? So like a house, right? A house is often considered good debt, because what you're doing is you're purchasing an asset, and over time the idea is that the value of that asset increases because you take care of the house, you plant a garden, you build a deck out back, right? You make it more valuable over time.
Building equity, yeah.
Versus a car, it's worth way less the moment you drive it off the lot. That's not a great debt to have, right? So I think where you position that debt, what kind of, as an asset or is it a cost, and that will determine, is it good debt or is it bad debt?
I find it interesting that some people would, get a loan to get a car and all that kind of stuff, which is only going to last them so long, and it might get them to and from work, but like, is that actually advancing them in their life?
I mean, it's not growing their income, it's only costing them, and they don't bat an eye at it either. Like they're like, yeah, I'll get a car loan, that's what everyone does, you know. But when it comes to investing into something that's going to give you a skill set that will generate income for life.
Well, I that's what I'm kind of getting at here is it's really interesting. And most of our students in their first month of implementation are making more than what the tuition that we have here is, because they are doing the work and they're doing it. Like not everybody, because not every, like no different than, a gym. Some people come in on New Year's Day and they'll say, hey, I want to get into shape. And then at the end of the year, they're still out of shape because they didn't do anything. But that's a challenge in and of itself. So then getting into the next questions that we're going to be, or the next highlights here, that's something to keep in mind. Like if people are asking some of these questions, you obviously don't have a whole lot of faith in yourself, right? Because here's how easy we've made it over here to, be a part of our community. The tuition is, if you go to a lot of other platforms, first of all, you're already out of the gates. What do you say? There's like a 2 to 3%. You're lucky. You got a 97% chance or 98% chance of not doing well at other platforms. Those are the numbers. It's the reality of it. And we've experienced it. We were with another platform before this, and they charged $297 a month USD, and you had to do it ongoing. Like if you wanted to be any part of it or what have you, you had to continue paying it over and over and over again. We've made it fixed over here for you to get lifetime access. Like switch that over for a second, because the other one you had to pay in order to get access. And that meant if you stopped paying, you didn't have access to any extra developments.
Right.
Over here, it's fixed. It's less than $297. Okay? It's less than. Like enough so that you'd still be able to get a date out of it somewhere throughout your month. Genuinely, right? Yeah. And it's fixed, but you get lifetime access to all of the upgrades and all of the evolving that we're doing. And we're not even the same people or the same company we were like 3 months ago, 6 months ago. We're evolving. We're getting better because we're listening to the community. We're actually measuring the numbers of our students' success as well. Like where else do you get the kind of support where we have an intake form where our students are actually submitting their results every single day? That's how we can see the numbers, right? But anyways, I digress. So I
think the point is a lot of people, well, specifically we had a lady, we'll just call her Jill.
Yeah. Example.
So she literally said, I would not want to pay interest on borrowed money.
Yeah, exact of what she said, Zach, was my focus now sincerely is how to make money work for me so that the training fee was a little over the training fee was a little over the top for me, she was saying. I would not want to pay interest on borrowed money.
And what's funny is well, it's not really funny. It's a realization is that no matter what, you're paying an interest. So by not getting compound interest on a daily basis, you're kind of paying an interest, right? That's just the way it is.
Well, what did Einstein say? Those who understand compound interest will have it working for them. They earn it. And those who don't
pay it.
So you're already paying interest the wrong way in your life. How do I know that? Because you were conditioned for it. You were born with a number, born into debt. And then you were taught to go to school, taught to go back to school, go into debt with that. And then, interest averages 4% a year in inflation, but the bank will give you maybe 1% to 3% on a savings account, which is less than, oh, by the way, they're going to give you a credit card, debt. You're in debt. And you got compound interest going against you already. You're in a deficit. But this is the way that you want to approach.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's like people have this total negative connotation surrounding debt. But in reality, if you use it to have an asset, in this case, education, support, and a skill set that's going to make you money for generations to come, it is no longer a debt. It's an investment. And it's an investment with a very high return.
Oh, and hold on. Wait. I think I remember somewhere now, too. The investment with us is a tax write-off, is it not? How does it become
a tax write-off? And if you have questions about that and you're like, what the crap's a tax write-off and stuff, we connect you with our CPAs so that they can actually help you and guide you with that.
Yeah. So you're already, by investing over here to make more money and learn how to increase your revenue, you're lowering your taxes immediately.
Yeah.
So,
it's kind of a no-brainer.
Kind of seems silly not to do it. Yeah. I mean,
which
I would feel really silly knowing what I know.
Right. And what's interesting too, and this goes into the next point, is that we get people, they hear all the stuff that we do and the results that we've had. And then when we talk about the actual tuition, which, like you said, is less than $300 a month is what it comes out to with financing, then all of a sudden they're backtracking.
It's actually closer to $2.
Yeah, it's closer to $200.
Right. So,
and they backtrack, and that right there is a challenge for us. Now, all of a sudden, we start to question whether or not we want you in our community, because backtracking like that, and it's there's a difference between questioning and backtracking. Okay, this is like seriously like reversing what you said you were willing to do, which to us is a sign of a lack of integrity. Bryan, you've been in business a long time, so have I. We've been mentored by people. We've mentored other people, right? We've seen both sides of that. And how important would you say integrity is in the equation of success?
If you can't keep small promises to yourself and small micro and macro promises to the people you're working with, the chances of your success are next to none. To get what you want? Are you kidding me? Like, yeah,
exactly. And James, he's one of our educators. He always talks about discipline and having discipline when you're trading in the markets. And one of the things I like to do is I look at discipline as integrity, because that's all it is, right? You know what you're supposed to do in the markets, but when you're trading, if you let emotions get in your head, you do the opposite. You do things that you know you're not supposed to do. That's actually, it's a lack of discipline. It's also doing something different than what you said you were going to do.
This lady made me laugh. She posts, I won't say where, but she posted this thing where she says, completed section 1 of the blueprint. Yes, I am ready and committed. Listen to that. Yes, I am ready and committed. What did that sound like, Zach?
Commitment. Let's go.
Yes, I am ready and I'm committed. This journey has taken me months to reach here. Thank you, Bryan, for his patience and genuine, direct, heartfelt voice messages, not a dropped recording left by an automated dialer.
Yeah.
Like, this was what was said. And now you can hear my voice. I'm kind of like, I'm a very passionate individual. I'm getting to a point where it's very, I don't know, I'm getting a quite a thicker skin as I go. I get very challenged by scenarios like that where a person will say that publicly, and then we get on a call, and I basically feel like it's like it's on a silver platter for you, sitting right here. It's been made super simple, and now you change everything. The moment that, like I said, like what you were just talking about, and it's like, it wasn't a stretch. I also know this person is quite capable, but something happened in the midst of that where now all of a sudden we're going to change the way that we're perceiving and the way that we're looking at this. And I don't get that. And again, at the end of the day, it's not going to change our lives.
Right. You know, we didn't even mention on the whole debt and having an asset. We actually guarantee our results too.
Oh yeah, a year guarantee. I keep forgetting.
It's like the only reason to say no to that is you're basically telling us that, you know what, I would, but your guarantee says I have to follow the system in order to get it. So I don't know if I'm going to follow it.
Oh, that's the interesting part too. Because so now we already have an internal challenge happening because we know we don't have integrity.
Right. And
that
this goes hand in hand with that whole
Can
integrity.
we actually fix that?
Yeah, let's put integrity in the guarantee. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I genuinely, like, I'm wondering, like, because I genuinely, we're here to help people. Like, we're here. We want to see you win. Like, that's why we put all these things in place the way that we have. And we know that, like, if you do this, you're going to win. And that's the part of where it's like, you genuinely,
that's where your frustration comes into place. Is like,
correct.
You committed, you're backpedaling. Dang it. I want to help you. Like, we know the results that we're getting for our members.
And the question that I go through is like, why all of a sudden are you backpedaling? And it's like, I don't get it. But then as you frame it and you understand that, it's like, you're right. Like, after going through the guarantee and all of those things, the only thing that's left is that you genuinely don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And so now, what is the most loving thing I can do in that scenario, Zach? Like, how do we help people that don't believe in themselves? I didn't even think of this. Like, it's not even in the highlight notes or anything. But how can we help people that don't believe in themselves?
We can let them know that it's something, it's kind of like labeling it,
Okay.
because they might not even be aware that that's what's happening. And of course, pray for them. I mean, we do that a lot,
That's true.
like we really, really care. So when somebody backs out, especially if it's from self-doubt, we can have them talk to some of our members who have had self-doubt and have overcome it. We have several pretty outstanding stories within our community of people that joined hoping, had some struggles, then they were like, I can't do this. And then, we were able to help them and coach them on a one-on-one basis to help them overcome that and move forward.
That's truth. So good. So good. The next one, I feel like we covered integrity pretty good, and we want to keep this high level, right? So the impact of an inability to follow instructions.
Ooh. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, you have to be able to follow instructions. There's no easier way to say that. I mean, if you are, let me ask you something. If you had the opportunity to be mentored personally by whatever like successful hero that you might have. Okay. So for example, I have a lot of respect for Elon Musk. Okay. So if I was for some reason mentored personally by him and he said, listen, if you do this, this, and this, you'll have success. I'm going to do that. I don't know why someone would come in, talk with James Leone, talk to you or myself, and we say, hey, listen, here's how you succeed. Daily process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do this every day, and you're going to succeed with trading. You're going to hit your goals. And it's so funny how many people don't do that. They do something totally different. It's a little frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what I'm catching from you is the impact of an inability to follow instructions is insanity.
Yeah.
Like you're that's like the whole concept of like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right? Like if you cannot follow the instructions on how to break bad habits and create good habits so that you can get the fruit of that to drive more impact and income. Again, like if you keep doing what you're doing, it's going to hurt more. Like either way, it's going to be hard. Okay. You get to choose your hard. The reality is, I don't blame you for being in the position that you're in right now, because when we look at the world, it's the conditioning that we've been conditioned for, right? Like, again, I outlined it, born with a number, born into debt, taught to go into debt, taught to stay in debt, taught to dig yourself a deeper hole. That's what you're taught. It's like Steve Harvey, he talks about this cricket. Cricket can jump however so high, but you put a cricket in a jar, in a lid, and the cricket will bounce to the lid a few times, right? Like it'll do that for a bit, and it'll get hit itself on the lid. It's got like a 3-meter vertical or whatever. It can go, but with the lid on, after a while, it won't even jump to the lid, right? And so that's kind of what's happened to the majority of people right now is you got a ceiling, you got to break through it. But in order for you to do that, you got to break out of what you're currently doing. You've got to move into brand new habits, and we can show you what those are. You have to stop doing what you've been doing and start doing what is going to help you move the needle with your revenue producing activities. And you need to measure your KPIs, your key performance indicators, so that you can see the areas that you need to improve and the things that you need to let go of and the things that you need to do to keep on moving and grooving. It's the reality of it. And we're ready to help walk you through that process, even hold your hand, coach you through it, encourage you, and be there to show you the areas that you need to improve on when you're not quite sure as well, at a fraction of what it costs to work with any other 6, 7, or 8-figure coaches that we know. Like we literally know a guy that charges $50,000 a month to help coach businesses.
Yeah.
Over here, we're not even that for a lifetime, not even a fifth of that for a lifetime. Right? It's like for lifetime access, which is insane to me.
as much as our whole organization, our entire team, me, Brian, Travis, and of course anyone else on our team, as much of a heart as we have, there is also this concept that we're always kind of battling. Like, we want to help somebody understand our perspective and understand and trust us. At the same time, there are other people that we can talk to that they're already there, right? So where do we spend our time? Do we spend time with the guys that are like, I don't know, debt, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I can do it. Or do we spend time with the guys that are like, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Right. And so we're oftentimes in that battle. And so,
but yet I still want to see you win. I'm not
yeah,
naming this lady, but I genuinely want to see you win. And I've seen the things that you've said, and I'm just holding them. I'm challenging you, and I'm trying to hold you accountable. And there's probably other people out there that when you watch this and you hear this, don't be that Jane, or don't be that Joe, right?
Yeah.
That Joe or that Jane. Don't be that Joe. Don't be that Jane.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what are some other names that we can use for what you want to be? Be the James, be the Janelle, be the James. Okay, don't be the Joe, don't be the Jane, be the Janelle, be the James. Let's go. Like, you can do it.
By the way, just because we have community members named Joe and Jane, we're talking about the average Joe and the average Jane, right? Your classic average.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but also, again, don't be that Joe or that Jane.
Right.
We're describing the behavior right now. That's really what it's about. Is like, we're not attacking people. We want you to understand we're not attacking you as a person. It's the behavior that needs to be adjusted. And in order for you to be successful, that behavior needs to change. If you can't change that behavior, you're going to keep swimming in insanity. I promise. You're not going to get where you want to go. You're going to be stuck where you are. I got to call it. Gotta call it.
Being stuck is no good. Being stuck sucks.
And you don't have to. You're just doing it to yourself. So here's another last one. So trying to leverage discussions with other platforms in our conversations, the good, the bad, the ugly, and why it doesn't affect us, but seriously will hurt you. Here's an example. I am scheduled to look at an opportunity of using the same money to generate passive income. It is a question of decision.
Okay. First off, I want you guys to learn to grow a little bit of a red flag when you hear the term passive income. It's passive dependent on what? Okay. So like, if the passive income is dependent on a trading bot, for example, what is dependent on the bot? Right? The bot company has to be in business. The bot itself has to continue to work in the markets, which the markets change. In addition to that, the technical aspect of having a bot run, there's a lot of development involved. Is that development going to stay up to date? Those kinds of things. You got to think about these things. Okay, we're developing in our own platform a means of passive income, but it is dependent on a guy, a person, right, to help develop that. So we are in this game to empower. First off, okay, so when it comes to passive income, we always kind of have a little bit of a red flag, like, okay, passive depending on what? And what if that thing goes away? Now you're back to square one. What if instead you were to build an actual skill set where you're generating your own, maybe it's not passive, but an hour or less a day, your own income, right? Like, just something to think about. But that's not actually the point here. The point is leveraging other platforms to try to get us to budge and to change our pricing structure just for you. Our attitude towards that is simply good luck. That's our attitude. It's like, go do that. We're not going to stop you. We're not here to push. We're not here to chase. Legitimately go to that other platform, experience what you're going to experience. Statistically speaking, you have a 97% chance of failing. Versus in our community, our active members, the people that are following the system, you have a 92% chance of succeeding.
If you have integrity.
Yeah.
With yourself and the people around you. And if you struggle with that, can you grow integrity?
Yeah. For sure.
Right? You can, especially with accountability.
Mm, that's my
Where do you get that in other platforms, Zach? Do you get the accountability on the same level that you do over here?
Oh, not even close. Most other companies, I'll tell you what, they're shy around these topics. They don't want to touch accountability. They don't want to hold someone accountable to doing their thing. Like they're kind of like, oh, if you don't do it, sucks for you. That's not our attitude. You paid to be a member with us, with our community. That's our now it's our reputation. So we hold you accountable. We
Not
don't
only do
want
we hold you accountable, we hold ourselves accountable.
mm,
Like
yes.
example, okay, like and I don't even know if this is like in something. Like I literally just got off a call and I will not mention name at all. But we have a student right now that's going through a pretty icky separation.
Mm,
Sticky, icky, not fun. And it is affecting their trading at this time. It's actually messing with them in the process of them being successful at trading. And so I just spent the last half hour before we jumped on here working through some of that with him, honing in on some of his identity so that he can get to a place where he can be at peace so that he can push forward and progress over here properly. Because I know that outside things in our life can actually get in the way and in the middle of our progress of really anything, but especially in the markets. And a lot of people don't actually teach on that. They
right.
just teach that it's a strategy. Oh, and then they'll talk a little bit about mindset, but like they don't actually teach on half of the things that we do. And that's what's so important. And again, like where else are you going to find that? And I'm not sitting here tooting my own horn. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, we care about your success so much so that if we see that you're hurting or struggling, we will reach out
Yes.
and be a proper support for you. This is a community of unity. This is a community of the people, for the people, by the people. And why? Because we know it's not getting easier. It's getting harder out there. And again, you get to choose your hard. You can work hard now with proper support. Like you can go to the gym alone, or you can have a personal trainer help you and spot for you and push you and know when to push you, how to push you, all that kind of stuff. You can have a community of people that are going to uplift you, empower you, and equip you, and not just like be on calls and all that kind of stuff, but actually be active parts of your life to help you through this. Or you can do it alone. And you can go with another community that's going to maybe talk about some of these things, but you're going to experience something quite different.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
completely up.
I've seen James get on one-on-one calls with struggling people. I've seen Janelle do it many, many, many times. I've done it. You've done it. Travis has done it as well. It's a staple in our support system, actually. And the way our system works is we can identify when someone is struggling. And it's so funny. The other day, Janelle was telling us it was actually it was the gentleman you just talked to. She was watching him trade. No joke. No sound on. Wasn't listening to anything he was saying because he wasn't saying anything. He was just trading, right? It's just the screen, charts, and his mouse. Okay. And she was like, I was watching him and I could tell something was off. Isn't that crazy? I always find that just fascinating. And so she reached out to him. Hey, something's off. Is everything okay? And that's when he confided in us about his separation. So, and then that's what, Brian's like, I got to talk to him. We got to help him out. So
Right.
what kind of detail? That's attention to detail you're not going to find in any other
Good
company.
luck finding coaches that are going to see that and do that for you. Good luck. Good luck. And again, you can hear the frustration in my voice because I love what we do and I love our people. I love our community. Our community is family. Like we are together in this. And at the end of the day, the coolest thing that I love seeing is that people are like growing into that culture. They're duplicating that culture. Like Janelle, I mean, it was just you last year. Now we have Janelle. We have like 2 or 3 other people that we see are about to graduate, and they're gonna take positions similar to Janelle. Okay,
Yeah.
so like that's because the next question I would have is, how do you sustain that as you grow into hundreds and thousands of people? Well, you build the culture, no different than how do you build a church, right?
Yeah.
You build a culture of servant leadership, and you grow people and you build people into it, and you appoint people to continue that culture, to continue that. Good luck finding another organization that has the culture that we have. The intentionality surrounding what we have here is unparalleled. You will not find it. It doesn't exist. And it was built based off of, we experienced all of the heartache and the hurt that all of the people that end up coming here, because they've been burned and they've been hurt. And we've got tons of, actually, Zach, we should actually get a whole bunch of people that have been with other organizations, talk about the hurt that they went through and the big differences here. I think that's something that we need to work on coming up next, or soon, very soon. I don't know if it's next, but it's definitely coming soon. And we get it. We've been there.
Yeah.
We've done that. We understand. It's why we've built what we have here. So here's the deal too. We also have people at this point. We're still a baby company, but we have people that have gone elsewhere and then come back.
Yeah.
So pretty much guaranteed you will come back if you go somewhere else. So you go spend money where you're going to go spend, waste it, and then you end up coming back. And here's the deal. As we grow and people are graduating and our team grows, because we had 3 people on staff on our team about a little over a year ago. Now we're going to 20 already. We were over 60. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's getting close to 20. The tuition needs to increase.
Yeah.
So focus at the 4 pillars: prosperity, time, efficiency, effectiveness. If anything you want to listen to, go back and go through the blueprint again. Go through it.
Yes.
Soak in that thing. Go through it again and again and again. Rinse and repeat if you need to. And then, go check out somebody else. Go do it. And then it is what it is. Anyways, I think that concludes for today, Zach. Is there anything else you want to say before we tie this up?
No, man. I love the little chats and pinpointing some identifying and pinpointing these common little patterns that we're seeing. And we've been picking on Jill/Jane today, but we've seen it with other people as well. And we wanted to identify it, kind of talk about it in the open, and share our perspective.
Awesome. So we love you guys. We hope to see you again. I think we're going to do more of these. And if you have any feedback for us, we'd love to hear from you. So, you can drop comments on YouTube or wherever you're listening to this too. And you can reach out to support at prosperitymovement.online. You can go to our website. We got a chat box over there. We would love to hear from you. Love to get your feedback on how we can better serve you. If you're already part of the community, of course, the channels that you can go through there to drop us some feedback, and we're always listening, and we're always here to hear from you and to make the community a better place for everybody to increase their impact and their income and back engineer their full power and potential. So lots of love. Chat soon. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to the Prosperity U podcast. It's an absolute blast to hang out and talk about driving more impact and income. We are in a constant discussion surrounding how to increase your RPAs, which is revenue producing activities, while decreasing your taxes and diversifying with diligence so you can ultimately do more of the things you love with the people you love most. We also have online live events a couple of times every month to connect with all the new people coming into our community. It's completely complimentary for you to be able to do your due diligence on Prosperity U to see if it is in fact for you. How do you get access to these exclusive events? Well, it's simple. Just visit www.prosperitymovement.online, and at the bottom right hand of the page, there's a chat bubble. Click on it. Then add your name, phone number, email, and message us about Prosperity U events. That's it. Again, just message Prosperity U events. You'll be put on an exclusive list to receive the next invite, and we look forward to seeing you on Zoom very soon. God bless. Bye for now.